Tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Torian Burns. I'm currently a junior that attends the University of Central Arkansas. I'm from Riceville, Arkansas. I have a younger brother and a younger sister that stays with my mom and her husband. I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently a radiography major.
All right. Why are you leaving your current job?
I'm leaving my current job because I felt like the job that I was at didn't necessarily give me the room to grow and develop like I felt like I should have. When I'm working a job, I want to be able to know that I can go forward rather than backward or even stay stagnant. And where I was, I just didn't feel I had those opportunities.
Why did you choose your college?
I chose UCA for a number of reasons, but the main two simply were one, because when I was a freshman, I was a psychology major, and UCA was rumored to have one of the best psychology programs there were in the state. And they were said to have that because the psychology program took so much time or so many years, but going at UCA, they said it would shave off some of the years or some of the time. So I thought that would be good. And then secondly, because mom didn't want me to go too far away, so UCA was just far enough to where I felt like I was away from home, but close enough at the same time to where she wouldn't worry and I could go back if I needed to.
Tell me about the most significant problem you have solved.
Well, the most significant problem that I saw would probably have to be buying my first car. And I say that because it was such a hassle getting into it. And it was a problem because I needed to work. And in order to get to work, you had to have some type of transportation. And so at first, my mom was driving my car, or my mom was driving her car, and she drove me to work. But things kind of got out of hand when she started asking me for money and all that, to pay for gas, which was fine. But I wanted to, have my own type of transportation back and forth. So what I ended up doing was I decided I was going to get my own car. But it was almost like a paradox type of situation because you needed a ride to get to work to make your money, but you also had to have the money to get the ride to get there, So I didn't have the money to get the car, and I didn't have a ride at some points, so I didn't know how I was going to be able to buy a car. But what I ended up doing was I ended up saving my money. I didn't go out with friends as much. I stayed home, didn't buy the candy at the store, stuff like that. Just kind of saved up all my coins as much as I could, and eventually I got my car, and it was a great moment.
What is your leadership style?
I have to say that my leadership style would be more democratic in nature, simply because I try to give everyone that I may be in charge of at the time some type of input or some type of say in what's going on. Not necessarily saying that I would let them run over me or anything like that, but I also like to hear the opinions of others. I know I'm not right 100% of the time, so I like to hear what other people think. And then even when I hear what other people think, I try to implement that. If it sounds like a good idea, I try to implement it into whatever it is that we're doing.
What are your strengths?
Well, I would have to say one of my strengths would probably be my determination. I tend to stick to it whenever I'm hit the hardest. I try my best to make sure I keep going. I try not to quit anything that I do. So I feel like that would be one of my strengths. Another one of my strengths would probably have to be, probably how I work with others. I work with others really well. I think that other people really kind of flock to me sometimes. Like I'm a really good people person.
Okay. What are your weaknesses?
Well, going back to the people thing, I think one of my weaknesses may be how sometimes I might not be able to get my point across to people the way that I mean it. And what I mean by that is sometimes I might say something that might come off as one way, but I don't necessarily mean it that way, but people take it that way. And another one of my weaknesses may be my time management. I feel like I may procrastinate a little, and that's really with like projects over a long amount of time. Like if I'm given a long amount of time with something, I feel like I might put it off for too long. Versus if I'm given like a direct, date that's close, I'll go ahead and get it done.
Give me an example of when you motivated a group.
Well, I remember when I used to be in band in high school, and we were getting ready to go and do a contest, which is where you go on stage and you play for a group of judges, and they give you a score of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst that you could be and 1 being the best. And at the time, I was a senior, and it was we had a lot of switches and things going on with band directors and stuff like that. So the morale in the band was kind of low. So I kind of was like the face of the band. I wasn't section leader. I mean, I was section leader, but I wasn't like the drum major or anything. But a lot of the band members looked at me as one of the more prominent members of the band. So before we went on, I told them, I was just like, hey, we got this. We've been working too hard. We've been doing all of this practicing and things like that. And I told them, hey, we got it. We can do it. Don't worry about it. I got faith in y'all. And we went out there and did it. We made straight ones, which is the best score you can do.
Tell me what you would do if you could motivate someone.
If I could motivate someone, I would probably, depending on the situation, I would probably try to build them up first. Make them feel like that it's in their hands to do whatever it is that they need to do. And then secondly, I would probably, make them feel good about themselves. Like, hey, no matter what happens, you're still this type of person, you're still a good person, you're still this, you're still that. Trying to make sure that they know either way the outcome is, life's going to continue on and you're still going to be a great person to be around.
How do you feel about unions?
I think unions are a good idea. Sometimes they might be taken a little too far, but I think unions are a great asset as far as the workforce goes, because with the union you have other people who are in the union with you, and if they all feel that something's not right, then you're able to stick with those people and say, hey, we don't think this is right, we want to do this, we want to do that, versus if you were just under contract with an employer or something like that, you would just kind of have to take whatever it is they got or they gave you, and if you wanted to maybe change something, you might not have the people behind you as you would if you were in a union.
If I asked your last supervisor what your greatest asset was, what would they say?
They'd probably say my work ethic. I feel like I work pretty hard. I feel like I do whatever it is that I'm asked of. I probably try to do it in a timely manner and things like that. So yeah, I think they'd probably say my work ethic.
What would you bring to this company?
I would bring my timeliness, my honesty, motivation, again my determination, and once again my work ethic. I try to make sure everything I do is complete and on time and is best of my abilities.
Tell me a time when you failed.
Well, in school, when you take tests and things like that, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way that you wanted to. So I remember not too long ago, I took a test that I really studied for my major. It was for my major class, and I studied for it as hard as I could. Well, maybe not as hard as I could, but I studied for it a good amount of time. But I went in there and I took the test, and I thought that I knew everything on it, but I still failed the test. But I tried not to let it get to me, because I really am passionate about my school and things like that. But I just cleared my head and talked to people around me, and they encouraged me and told me that it would get better and things are all right.
What motivates you?
Really, it depends on the situation. For instance, going to school, what motivates me is being able to get a job that I'll be able to provide for my family without having to struggle. In life, what motivates me is knowing that I'm doing good, making things better, trying to set an example for my little brother and my little sister, things like that. And then a job, knowing that I'm doing a good job, knowing that I have the opportunity to move forward or move up in the ranks and things like that. And obviously sometimes the money motivates you well too.
Sell me this pen.
Well, this pen might not, be liked by others, but the pen that I have is worth so much more. It's not just any old type of pen. It's a pen with ink in it. But the ink that's in this pen is what makes the pen special. And you can only get it in these type of pens. The ink in other pens, you get it, you write with it. Sometimes it goes out. Sometimes, it gets stuck to the paper. When you write, it comes off on your hand. With this pen and the ink that's inside the pen, it never goes on your hand. It always has a smooth outcome on the paper. And the pen also has this nice grip to it. The grip to it makes it feel really good in your hand. It's not hard on your fingers. You don't have that little impression on your fingers when you get it anymore. So if you buy this pen, not only will you be saving yourself some money, because it's not as much as the other pens is, you'll be saving your hands some, and you're saving the paper some. So think about that when you chose any other pen.
Any questions for me?
Um, yes. What is the team like here? You can tell me a little bit about them.
The team is a very hardworking. They work together very well, and I feel like they will work well with you.
Okay. Let me see if I can think of anything else. Uh, Here at this job, do you have like any opportunities to like grow and develop like with like education and things like that?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.